So now what I'm going to be doing is rolling the fender, and so basically, if you don't know what rolling fender is, these fenders, or most fenders, they come down and then they're metal and they have a little lip here and it goes straight out, so there's like a 90-degree right here. So what ends up happening is if you're running pretty aggressive fitment and you're pretty low, then that lip like that is going to be touching and rubbing the sidewall of your tire whenever your suspension compresses, which is exactly what's happening here. You see this strip that's going all the way down? So the way I'm going to be doing it is I have a heat gun. Now I'm going to get a rubber mallet and I'm just going to lightly tap it away while keeping the heat gun on it, so that way it doesn't crack this rattle can paint job, and also that it just makes the metal more malleable, which makes it more, makes it easier to bend. So let me get to that. Alright, so I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. See, this is the fender, and if you go up, you see that lip right there? This is obviously where it's been hitting the sidewall, but it's all flat. Okay, now this is the passenger side, and you can see how it doesn't have that lip there, because the lip is tucked and starting all the way over there. That's why this is having no fender rubbing issues. So in order to prevent the paint from chipping over here when we start hitting it with this rubber mallet, we're gonna go and start off with the heat gun, and we're just gonna warm this area up. Okay, so now I'm just gonna take the rubber mallet and start hitting it. Alright, so continuing. Now I'm just gonna hit it with a rubber mallet. The rubber mallet seems to be taking a while, so I've resorted to a hammer. I mean, I wouldn't suggest this if you care a really good amount about your paint, but this is eventually just going to get sprayed anyways, and it's rattle cans, so what can you do? Just take note that you gotta be careful, otherwise you're gonna scratch your discs, your rotors. Alright, so it's basically done now for the most part. I mean, like right here there's a transition, so this is where it stopped being rolled, and then also right here. Okay, and I see like the best way to do this is really just a whole bunch of small taps really fast. So I'll just show you. I'm going to show you how it looks. Paint started cracking a little bit. That's because it wasn't heat up like it should have been. Okay, so the fender has been rolled from here all the way to there. Okay, so the reason being is that mainly the tire is going to be rubbing on the fender during the compression of the shock. So, and it's going to be doing it right at this peak top area. You're rarely going to find fenders and stuff running over here, and if you are, then your first concern is over here first of all, and then you're going to do these areas. Anyways, so as you can see here, this is how the fender used to be, like this, and then after hitting it, it has gone to that. So that is a transition. So rather than rubbing on this area right here, it's now free to go because we have all this space. So you follow that all the way around. See, it looks pretty good, pretty decent. And I already compared it with the other side, and this is good. So it has a lot of roll. So as you can see right here, this is where I start rolling it, and then it went. So it's all good. And so that's rolling the Fender. Okay, this is just to show that the body is still nice and straight. There's none of that groove going on. And then also, if you can see, the paint has no cracks on the outside. Basically, the only thing that got chipped off was with me hitting it with a metal hammer on the inside, and even then, like, still barely anything came off. So, good stuff. What? Yeah, I just hit the car with the hammer.